Welcome to Nature to Nurture, Simply Caring for Our Children, where we explore the simple joys and practices of nurturing children in today's world. I'm Tiffany, your host and guide on this journey of discovery and growth. In each episode, we delve into topics that matter most to parents, caregivers, and anyone passionate about providing loving, meaningful care to little ones. From embracing traditional practices to harnessing the power of nature in child development, we cover it all with a focus on simplicity and heart. So whether you're a seasoned parent looking for fresh insights or a new caregiver eager to learn, join us as we dive into the world of nurturing care practices and celebrate the beauty of childhood. Let's embark on this journey together because every moment spent nurturing a child is a moment of beautiful connection and growth. Hello, and thank you for joining us for the first episode of the Nature to Nurture podcast. This is a podcast that really is focused on celebrating this beautiful natural world that we live in and the timeless caregiving practices that we can incorporate into our daily practices with our families, with our students, with the children in our lives. My name is Tiffany Chacon, and I am an early childhood champion, and I'm excited to share so many great nuggets all around holistic parenting and early childhood development. I have been an early childhood educator for over 15 years, with 8 years serving as a preschool director. Although I am no longer in the classroom, I still am fighting for early childhood success for every family within my community locally, as well as for all families within our community here on the podcast. As a mother of twins, I struggled to secure the holistic care that I dreamed of, which led me to creating a preschool program where I could have my kids with me and adapting my own home practices to shape intentional parenting choices. I have developed a multi-classroom childcare center, collaborated with local, state, and national organizations to support radically supportive early childhood education, and trained early childhood educators for nature-based and culturally inclusive practices. The partnerships that I've been able to be a part of, including outdoor play-based preschools, community efforts, statewide funders, and state departments, have all shaped my deep understanding for early childhood development. In this podcast, my goals are to empower parents, promote cultural inclusivity, foster meaningful experiences, and build a community. I can't wait to provide practical strategies and resources to empower parents in incorporating nature-based experiences and traditional caregiving practices into their children's lives. I want to highlight the importance of cultural diversity and inclusivity in early childhood development, encouraging parents and caregivers to embrace and celebrate different cultural perspectives. Here, I will share inspiring stories, ideas, and activities that foster meaningful experiences for children, promoting curiosity, creativity, and resilience. We know it takes a village, and this is our village, where parents and caregivers can connect, share insights, and learn from each other's experiences, creating a network of like-minded individuals passionate about holistic caregiving. Let's take a few steps back to see how I got here. I grew up as a hippie child from Colorado, and when I found out I was pregnant, I of course wanted an all-natural pregnancy and birth. And that's where the pressures of modern parenting started to cause friction with my internal values and beliefs. And as I muddled my way through figuring out how to mom the way that felt right, I also gained deeper specialization in early childhood development, nature-based teaching, and mindful parenting practices. Working with young children has always been a passion of mine. I can remember being a teenager, nannying over the summer, and having the time of my life. I even went to school for education before switching my majors because I thought teaching wasn't worth the pay. And while that's true, I know that teachers really work for the pay of heart. I began as an assistant in an early childhood education program and worked my way up to being a lead teacher. Shortly after, I was thrilled with the blessing of going and directing a Christian preschool program that I transformed into a nature-based Christian preschool program for students 2.5 to 5 years old. I absolutely loved my time in this program, being able to create a program that really felt good. It just felt so warm and amazing for the children, for the staff, and for the parents. And a huge part of that was the fact that I had my children there. And I wanted my children to have the experience that I knew was available for them. And I wasn't going to stop until they had that. Incorporating nature-based activities into the preschool program was just natural to me. And the more that I started to incorporate these activities, the more it dawned on me that these are activities that I grew up with. These were cultural, traditional practices that my family passed on to me. It is not easy living in this modern world where we have so many pressures on us regarding how we're going to raise our children, what beliefs we're going to instill in them, even what we are doing for ourselves, how we are strengthening, building up, and leading ourselves through this modern world. It's not easy. The more that I have been able to lean into my traditional caregiving practices, reach down and touch the earth and engage with my children on their level, the more that I do these little changes, the happier I am, the more joy that I exude. I want to make sure that all of you feel more and more of that each and every day. And that's why I'm here to share all of these tips, all of these insights on development tied into nature, tied into traditional caregiving, and taking a deep look at yourself and what your traditional practices are. I am so excited to empower families, celebrate caregiving traditions, and share valuable insights and resources with you. And I hope that this impacts all of our listeners and creates vibrations that are felt throughout our communities. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this first episode of the Nature to Nurture podcast with me, Tiffany. I can't wait to jump on with you for our next podcast episode. Please don't forget to subscribe to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify. Wherever you listen, you're going to find us there. And if this episode excited you and you can't wait to learn more, please share this with another friend, another mama, another caregiver that you know loves to provide ultimate care to the children that they are surrounded with. One child at a time, we're turning the leaf, we're planting the seed, and we're heading back to nature to nurture. Simply caring for our children. Join us in our next episode, Nature-Based Learning, Sensory Exploration for Toddlers in Nature, where we'll take a look at a few quick ways to take your little ones outside and get them engaged, hands on, eyes open, brains ready to absorb. Until next time, be well and hug your little ones.